Hey, what's going on? It's your boy LH, certified personal fitness trainer. I know it's been a while since I've done some videos. Obviously, I've had some things go well in my life. Finished grad school, got my master's in urban ministry, started personally trained with export for a little bit, did some things there, and now I'm doing my own thing. Look out for it, LH Fitness Solutions. It'll be coming soon. Faith-based fitness, basically all types of training. We're definitely trying to make things happen. The reason why I'm doing today's video is I've been getting a lot of questions about the watch that I use. Obviously, as I've been doing my own training through Insanity, through weight training, through just different ways of training, I get a lot of questions about, hey, what's that watch that you're using? And I did a watch a while back, which I'm also going to post in another posting. I did a video pertaining to the watch I did a while back with my old heart rate monitor watch. It was the FT40 or the FT4. It's a bit of an older model in terms of heart rate monitor. But let me just first say this, and I'm not getting any money from Polar, but I'm just literally responding to everybody's questions. The best heart rate monitor watch, in my personal opinion, is Polar. The reason is because I'd say they're the most accurate in the way that they actually monitor the heart rate. As you can see, you wear this strap. Basically, it's a wear link that you actually wear around your chest, which goes closer to your heart, and the electrodes transmit, as you can see here, the electrodes transmit to this codec, which then communicates with the watch, which a lot of people say this watch is literally like a computer, which it really is. And then that lets you know what heart rate zone you're at. It also tells you how many calories that you're burning. And this watch is a lot more advanced than my other watch. Typically, if we look at the prices on it, I'll get to the prices at the end, but first off, I'm just going to tell you the features of it. As I said, I'm not making any money for this. I'm literally just doing this so people can really understand, some of the tools that help me train. I have a spare heart rate monitor watch that I train, that I use for just clients, so that when they are training with me, I can tell where they are, how hard they're working. Literally, what the purpose of this watch is to tell you how hard you're working and how hard you should be working, and give you kind of a physical assessment of how well you're doing. A lot of times we tell how well we're doing by how our clothes fit, how our stomach looks, how ripped or cut we are, different things. But this gives you a little bit more of an accurate display, because the reality is there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So if you figure you're burning close to 3,500 calories, you figure that you're burning about a pound of fat per week. So it's very effective, especially for workouts like Insanity, especially for fellas, because many fellas like myself, you want to keep the muscles in play. And what ends up happening is if you work out at a certain level and your heart rate's too high, you end up burning muscle as opposed to burning fat, which is counterproductive. So you want to make sure that you're in the right heart rate zone that actually burns fat the best. So basically, the watch that I have is called the FT60, the world famous watch I've been getting a lot of questions on. This is the FT60, as you can see. Try to be a little bit fly. It's a nice watch. And basically, some of the features to it, if you notice, you can actually scroll down. And when it starts up, you start with training. So it starts training, calibrates your heart rate based off the codec that we mentioned. And one of the features of it is not only does it give you your heart rate, you can do a screen where during your workout you can monitor your heart rate. But really the thing that I like the most about this watch is if you set it when you're doing your settings and you're calibrating it to your specific body. So you put in what you want to do, and there are different options such as burn fat, maximize fitness, different things. And when you're going through the settings, you can put that option in that you want to maximize fitness, and what it'll do is it'll calibrate your VO2 max. Your VO2 max is basically how well your body uses water during intense exercises in intense periods of time. So essentially what it does is it calculates your VO2 max, it calculates how fit you are, and then it makes an assessment of how high your heart rate should be for you to achieve the type of goals that you are, how much time you should spend in each heart rate zone. Heart rate zones are basically the zone by which you burn fat the best. So for example, for me, my heart rate zone that I would burn fat the best would be zone 2. And the way it's set up, as you can see, is, obviously it's not connected, but it has different zones. So you have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. And what it'll do is it'll have a heart showing you how much time you're spending in that zone. What this does is this helps to make sure that you're not overtraining and that you're not in that burning muscle place, but you're in your body's literally working in the right heart rate area so that you burn fat effectively, and that you're safe. So that while you're doing it, it's effective. You're burning fat the best way that your body burns fat, at the best heart rate. It also has a calorie counter as well. So as you can see, it has calorie counter. It counts how many calories that you have. So, I mean, this watch is great. It's one of those watches that I use daily for my insanity workouts. And what it does also is at the end of the week, you can literally look and see how well you've done. So, for example, if you look at a good training week, it'll tell you how much time you actually spent working out. Then it'll also tell you how much time you should spend in cardio. Then the other thing it'll do is it'll tell you how many calories you should be getting in terms of how many calories you should be burning versus how many calories you've actually burned for that week. And it also tells you how many sessions you have, how much time you spent in each zone, and things to that nature. This watch can be purchased. You can go to Polar's website and purchase it there. You can go to Export Fitness, which is where I got mine while I was working there, because I used it to train my clients. I have a couple of these watches. My mother has a watch. My father has one of these watches. My girlfriend has one of these watches. So I'm a big fan and believer in actually training heart rate, because the reality is your heart is the most important muscle in your body. So just getting to the prices of the watch, and a lot of people have asked me, how much does the watch cost? Where can you get it from? You can go to Polar's website, that's Polar, or you can go to Export Fitness and get one directly from them, and then you don't have to pay for shipping. You can get it directly from them. The FT60 is kind of the creme de la creme of the different watches, and that one actually costs $215.42, so it's a little bit more expensive. But the good news is that it lasts you. It's very accurate. It lets you know how many calories you're burning. Really, it's for people who are really serious about training and fitness, so that they know exactly how hard they're working in their workouts. It ultimately, when I'm working and I'm doing insanity, or if I'm working out and I'm lifting weights, I know whether or not it's a cardio workout or whether or not I'm slacking based off of how high my heart rate is. If my heart rate's really high, or if it's in zone 2 or zone 3, which are the higher zones, then I know that I'm actually working pretty hard and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. However, if it's in zone 1 or not even in my zone, then I know I'm slacking, I'm playing around. Some of the lesser expensive models for what that does the same thing, but I wouldn't say it does the same thing. You have the FT40, which doesn't have the zone breakdown, but it does still have the week summaries, and it still has the and it still tells you how many calories you're burning and how high your heart rate is. So it's still very effective. And that one, the FT4 is $96.34, and these are the prices that they quote me at Export Fitness. And then the FT7, which is a little bit more advanced, is $117.99. I would say I would refer, look at my other video, which also shows the other model, and see which model works best for you. It's very user-friendly. It's very easy to work. And at the end of the week, it kind of holds you accountable, because what it does is it'll tell you whether or not you had a good training week or a bad training week. And literally, if you have a good training week and you meet all your goals, your watch will literally have a trophy, which, man, it's pretty cool. It's silly, but at the same time, it's pretty cool, because it tells you whether or not you did your job. Where you'll go the whole week and the trophy will be right in the center of the watch, which gives you that added incentive to make sure that you're actually training, and you'll know basically your watch will tell you if you did what you were supposed to do this week or not. So it's a training. It calibrates to computers. There's a port, a dock that you can actually get where you can download your training data to your computer, so you can actually keep track of how many calories you're burning. And literally, like I said, it's all science. If you're burning 3,500 calories per week, you know that you're burning at least a pound of fat. So if you're burning more than that, if you're burning 6,000, 7,000, you'll know exactly how much weight you should be losing according to the science behind what you're doing, as opposed to just how it looks. This is a good thing because really it's important to know where you are in order to know where you're going. Again, this is LH. I wanted to just go ahead and do this video because I know a lot of people have been asking me about this watch. You know, I'll continue to post pictures of the watch and what I do with the watch and how, you know, I train with it. It's literally my compass for when I'm doing insanity. It lets me know when I'm going too hard. It lets me know when I'm slacking. So it's something that's effective. It works, helps you get chiseled up, and hopefully, you know, you can get your muscles right and get in the game. You know what I mean? Do what you gotta do. Train hard. Look at this as a lifestyle. It's not just something that's seasonal. It's not just something for the beach. It's something that you have to do. It's a life that you live. It's one body that God gives you, and you gotta treat it right. You know what I mean? Holla at you. Take care.